Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone 0, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. We're about to enter the halfway point of the patch, so hopefully by now you've managed to grab your REML. Otherwise, starting off with in-game news as always. Firstly, as mentioned, this week is going to be the start of the second half of patch 3.1, which will be starting on Wednesday or late Tuesday depending on where you are in the world. Of course, the most important thing about phase 2 starting is the change of the featured banners. Of course, the main banner will be featuring the new agent, SIGRID, and as for the rerun banner, this is going to be the special rescreening banner, where there will be 3 agents available, Dialin, Yuzuha, and Harumasa, and you can choose which of these 3 you want to set as the featured agent for this rescreening banner. And then when you do happen to pull an S rank on this banner, it will be guaranteed to be that agent that you chose. There is no 50-50. The same will also apply to the engine banner featuring the signatures for the aforementioned Dialin, Yuzuha, and Harumasa. You choose which one you want and there's no 50-50. Now for these 2 banners, the first 10 pull that you do on them will also be at a slight discount. But do note though that because this is technically speaking an entirely different banner from the regular types of banners, your pity from this banner will not carry over to other regular featured banners. That being said though, the rescreening pity does carry over across other of these special rescreening banners. So if you did any pulls the last time this special banner was around, about a year ago, your pity from then will be brought forward to this banner. Otherwise, also starting alongside phase 2 will be the great Enna giveaway login bonus. This is different from the typical Enna into your lap login bonus, because for this one, for logging in over the course of 7 days, not only will you be getting 10 boopons as per usual, but you will also get 10 encrypted master tapes too. And also alongside this during phase 2 will be the start of the crispy meal development plan with the Angels of Delusion and the legally distinct, definitely not Kentucky Fried Chicken collaboration. And then on Friday will be our regularly scheduled Shiyu defense reset. This time around, the stage effects will be as follows. For the first stage, attribute anomaly damage for all agents will be increased by 15%, and if there are 2 anomaly agents in the squad, all attribute anomaly proficiency is increased by 40 points. This is up to a whopping 120 anomaly proficiency points if all 3 agents are of the anomaly type. For the second stage, agent ether damage will be increased by 20%, and when an enemy is inflicted with an attribute anomaly, their defense will be reduced by 15%, and their attribute resistance will also be reduced by 15% against all attributes. And lastly, as the designated SIGRID shill stage, when an attack agent lands a basic attack on an enemy, they ignore 30% of the enemy's ice resistance specifically. And after an attack agent uses a chain or a EX special attack, their ice damage increases by 20% and their crit damage will also be increased by 40%. Obviously, all of this very heavily favoring SIGRID. But I guess if you have Ellen Joe or Hugo, maybe they can also get something out of this buff as well, right? But at the end of the day, it is still a very heavily emphasized SIGRID stage. So hopefully you'll be able to get SIGRID off of your pulls this week. And if you need some extra pulls to help try and get SIGRID, why not try using U7Buy? A fast, safe, and affordable place to purchase top-ups for a bunch of different games, including of course Zenless Zone 0. And there's no need to worry about the reliability. As you can see by the reviews of U7Buy over on Trustpilot, they are highly rated. U7Buy's Zenless Zone 0 top-up page lets you recharge instantly for a fraction of the price. You'll see the prices look similar to in-game at first, but once you hit buy now, the price drops at checkout to the actual discounted amount. You're paying less without even realizing it at first. And the process is simple. Just select your server, enter your UID, complete the payment, and the monochrome will be sent directly to your account in seconds. No other account information necessary. And if you want to save even more, you can also use my discount code Shanaha for another 8% off your purchase. So click the link in the description below and head on over to U7Buy and start saving today. Moving over onto the social media side of things, starting off with another birthday, and that is for Lucy, as well as her little boars. I actually don't know if it is their birthday as well, but I'd like to imagine that they will celebrate alongside Lucy too. So happy birthday to her as well as anybody else who has a birthday in the coming week. Otherwise, of course, there's been plenty of SIGRID promotional material coming out over the past few days, and there is in fact a Twitter event to go alongside one of these promos, and that is for the character demo. If you follow the official Zenless Zone 0 Twitter account and then repost the tweet linked in the description below, you'll stand a chance to win a little bobblehead Bangbu version of Nightboo. Entries for this competition last until the 21st of August. Otherwise, Operation Yum is also kicking off in the United States, across the Q Ramen stores across the country. You'll be able to purchase collab limited items during this collaboration to get special collab badges or a keychain, as well as an in-game redemption card that will give you some in-game items to customize your internet profile, like a special avatar and a name card. And if you are one of the first 100 dine-ins that spend a total of 80 USD at each location, you could receive an exclusive limited edition collab merchandise, like a combo standee, or starting from September 15th, a ramen ladle. This Q Ramen Operation Yum collab will last all the way until the end of October, so do check it out if you would like. Also, for all of you Delulus out there, in case you weren't aware, the Angels of Delusion official YouTube channel has started posting some shorts with them hanging out with Remiel, but they've also started posting videos for a new series, Angel Guide. The first 10-minute episode is already out, and you can think of these as small little highlight videos of the three angels bantering and hanging out together. So if you'd like to see that, don't forget to check out their official YouTube channel, which will be linked in the description below. We'll see how much more stuff they do with the series, but it would be cool to see other agents also somehow be featured. Although obviously, it really only works for these three because of the fact that they have the VTuber models, but it would be cool to have some cameos though for other agents, maybe as another method of hyping them up and spreading awareness of them, as opposed to the typical usual drip marketing. Moving over onto the speculation zone though, of course, more rumors have been appearing for patch 3.2. The first of which is that there is supposedly going to be a skin available for ROXY. Now, hearing this, obviously ROXY is the second character of the patch, so I think if we are going to be assuming that ROXY is indeed going to be getting a skin in patch 3.2, it's safe to assume that there's no way CLARET isn't also going to be getting a skin as well, as the headliner of patch 3.2. And honestly, if this is the case, I would not be surprised if, moving forward from now, every single patch will have both agents getting skins, or at least maybe one of them. After all, skins are one of the easiest ways to get people to spend more monochrome and money as well. Monochrome is money. Otherwise, the other rumor coming out of patch 3.2 is for the rerun banners. Namely, supposedly, it is going to be a rerun for Nangongyu as well as PROMEIA. Nangongyu rerunning makes sense considering that all of the other angels have had their chance, so now it's Nangongyu's turn. But PROMEIA getting a rerun this soon would be pretty surprising. But also at the same time, honestly, in my opinion, it also kind of makes sense, considering when her first banner came out, people knew that Velina was coming right after her, so I wouldn't be surprised if many people opted to skip PROMEIA on her first run in order to save for Velina instead. So now, this can be a chance for all of those people to pick her up again. One of the changes that last week you might remember I mentioned talk about the changes to the evasive assist, or just assists in general. Well, currently it looks like they may be walking back, or at least revisiting how to adjust these changes, because of the fact that for some agents, honestly, evasive assists are actually very important. Take for example Pulchra and her mechanic of building up her gauge, or also Shu Yen and using an evasive assist to generate bullets. With that new change, it's sort of limited so that these evasive assists could only ever be used for the red attacks. Whereas right now, even if it was a regular defensive assist, an evasive assist could still be used. But again, under the new system, it much more heavily restricted how often you could actually use these evasive assists on some of these characters. So as it stands right now, kind of like we guessed as a joke last week, this changes nothing at all. Unless they can find another way to make these adjustments to assists. Otherwise though, that is everything that is happening this week. If you made it to the end of the video, leaving a like as well as commenting and subscribing is greatly appreciated. Otherwise though, good luck on your SIGRID pulls if you are pulling for her. And until next time, bye bye.